Malolo malia ho eiki milelei a Tonga hono kotoa. Fia ke utalitali leki moutol ke o mo uniongongo me leitio ka uma afo ke televiso ne Tonga ki he houani. Wakai koe ke ngahi ulu iongongo. Tuku ki toa whataimi a pulelahi o e kautaha mala e wakapuna a Tonga e ka koka. Wakale o fo e ua potonga e kastomo koe tokonia ai pule anga sia pani. Pea tuku ki toa whataimi anga ofisa polis maalunga e tokoua. E to ia e pe menga hitala no ke ana yang fata me kai ke famili ta me mala e osipoti ka uma afu ke famatala e anga ko kai le ba en ke fai ki ko senolita tu i vai. Ko tuku ki toa whatai mea pure lahe kauta mala e wakapuna a Tonga e ka koka i he tutuuni ai poa te whewhunanga a ki. Ko e whapapa i mai e me minista e potunga ngai business e pure anga piwen piukala ki o ngongo ai le te o Tonga. Pehe e piukala koe mga tuunga tutuuni ko e ni, koe ngau hala aki e ka koka a ene mawhai i lakanga koe pule lahi u kautaha. O tuki tua whatai mea koka o i kai ke ne mau hawahenga kai whakahoko ai whatotolo ki ngahi kawenga ko e ni. O kula tonga whakahoko e ngau e poa te tawatai nei polisi ki hanga ofisa polis maalunga e tokoua, koe hili ene e tutuuni komisiona polisi Jeff Turner ke tuk whataimi ki nawa ki tua. Peti pleik ilolahia mo whai kiki.
I he whai keke a ngonga le te o me televisione Tonga mo minista polisi Piven Piukala na ane pehe koe o ngā ofisa polisi koe ni o kulolotonga tuku ki tu afkataimi ta e wahe. Na ustuk mai e pot ngawe polisi ai o ngongo tuku atu koe kole whakamole mole ai komisiona polisi Jeff Turner ke kakai oi whanua i hafua whatongia ai kau ofisa polisi o i kai ke tau o whakatatau ke tau mua o tukpā ki ai e nau ngawe. O kulolotonga whakahoko ai ngawe whakaloto whale ai put ngawe ki ngā hilipoti me mitia o whikau aki mo whakataha anga kawa mālohi tapu na e kawai ai kau ngawe polisi Tonga. Ko lolotonga ni o kei whakamaapo opo ai ngahi ngawe whakatontonu ke ngawe ko ia. Ko ngawe whakatotolo ko e ni o mahino o iai ai kaunga tonu ki ai mau kawa mālohi pia mo mau i kehe ai tutu uni whakaulunganga ai potu ngawe. O iai ai whakaamu koe kakato ai whakatotolo whakaloto whale ko e ni e tok whakahu ki e pate taotaina ai polisi ki nau whakahoko ai tutu uni ki e hoko atu ai kau ngawe ko e ni. Ma ai o ngonga le teo mo televisione Tonga ko au Peti Blake ilolahia.
Na e tō uta ai wakalolo ki wawao i he whiaf e neafi o utu whonu ai ngahi pausa, pia whoki ai ngahi whaifatongi ai ngahi pausa ki hanga mahe ni. Hiri angea ai wiki e taha ai hala pensini a wawao li te atau kapo mai whakaiki ke tarana ko ia ki hauani.
I e whakeke a ngonga le te o tō ngāmani ihi e kaupule whakawahe mo e whisa kolo mi wawao. Nā nau whakahai e mahina e wesia he honge pensini, pa me tuai e tu whakianga e pensini, o whakatupunga i wesia e taimiako mai ngāwe ai kakai, ka tau te whito ke mamata tofua a, ka hui koe taimi eni ai mamata tofua a. Nā ia e tokanga makehe pule whakawahe o haha ke wawau, te vita aisea, ke pule anga ke uhinga o ku nou ai ai pensini, pe whakahoko ngāwe ke lava solova aki ai palopale mani.
Ka pau una no go isi atanke tu panga lolo pe talu no me nefe ka be fa go ge e kwal be te me ulahi ne lele ya ka tu ma be tanke ya tana ga lolo lahi ne lele ne hau o tu ge la wo ya ko e palo pale ma lu aki ya ko palo pale ma go no ko o tau mo ka kai ya whakafoi tui, ngai whamiri. Tau ngai whamiri mo whaingata ko ia se te pea loa whetu taki. Ko me pe hoko ia ko taki ko ne mamad me hatau me wakataki taha ute ne hina.
Nei whamatala whuka aisea o pehe, o kos mahino pea whakaau ke lahiange ngai mea lele i tonga ni. Ka whakahoko ang hatoi ngau ke solova aki ai palopalema. Ko taimi lolo taha eni ke hala pensini ai awawau, whafuafua ke wiki e taha. Ka, i whamatala me wawau, kua utu pia kua whoki e taimi whai whatongia ngahi pausa ki heanga maheni. Lolo tonga eni, na utu pia foki me ngai pausa atonga ni, ki anga mahe ni I he fiafi ane afi, mo pongi pongi o aho ni. Ma ayo ngonga le teo me televisione tonga, koli tea tau kapo.
Ko e makamaile en ki tō ngāni tau te whito ki he toka ngai kina e mālu kau a whanua, me I he whitu ta e whakala e whai tōkona tapu I he whanua. Nei whuake puli anga seapani a niafi ai ongo wakale o ewe potunga e tuku hau me kastomu, ki to koni ki ngā aue I hono le ohi ai kau a whanua, me he whitu ta e whakala ngai koloa o ku tapui.
I he mea ai pale mia toki tā aisakeke, I he polo kalama whakailonga I oi whuaki ai wakale o whaou ki he pot ngā aue kastomu, nā ne whakamamawhai ai whatongia to tonu ai pot ngā aue I hono malui ai kau a whanua, koe uhi, koe konga ia a e nau ngā aue o whakahoko, kono toka ngai kina ai malu moe hao ai kau a whanua, I ha hū ta e whakalao mai ai whaito o Tongatapu, pe ko hakoloa ta e whakalao ki he whanua. Na ane tau mea o pehe, koe taha eni ai tokoni e whainga maali lele ai ai ngā aue ai kau ofisa kastomu, ke wakai ai ngahi wakatahi o nau tu whaki whakafufu ai whaito o ta e whakalao.
Mea ofa koini, ko ofa mai e he ampastoa, whahufongai ai puranga a siapani. Koe koe taha peeni o ngahi tokoni, e ngahi eria ke he ke. Kai ngata pe I he ngahi ngāi lala, langa ngahi uafu mo ngahi mea ke he ke. Kau ke au ke he ngahi kolo tukui kolo, pa wak main ke ahoni, e nau mai e mea ngā aue koini, tokoni ke potu ngā aue o nau toa ngai. Ai malu koe o whonuani, pa mo tau ngahi potu tahi, ke whai a kai ngā aue. Pa kumooni au pito, koe ngā aue koe ni, koe koha ngā aue e lava pe e hataha o tu, o whai. Ko pau ke tau whengau ak whakawhapure anga, mo whakawheitu, ke lava ke whakahoko ai whatongia koe ni. Koe au tau whakaampe, hoko ngā aue koe ni, alu pe tai mi koe ki te asi mai ha trucks ke whonuani. Pa ku tau whakaamu ui, ke hoko ngā aue koe ni, ke hoko waka koe ni, o ma au pito ho maulere ke ngai whitu asi hangai mea. Pa ma umai mea. Pa kou tui koe ngahi mea koe ia, kou tui e tokoni. Ma hei no pe foki, no fo pe ngai whanua lahi mo ngau tolo whai ngā aue pangoi ni. Whakasio pe whangi potu ngā aue koe mo whanua vai vai. Pa nau hū mai le vai. Aia koe ahoni koe mea off koe talangi ngai whanua. Ka tak koe ngai whanua, iawa koe na iawa, la vai e ahoni. O koe ke toi ho, o ku tokoni e ngahi mea koe ni ke ne hanga o puni puni. E ngahi whainga taa koe ia. Koe
Lolo tonga e ni nai mea e ambastoa siapani ki tonga ni His Excellency Inakaki Hisao o kwhiewhia pe ai pule anga siapani ke kei tuko pā I hono whakaiwia mo tokonia a tonga ni I he ngāhi whie mau I wili o whie mau e tonga ni. Nā ne tau mea o pehe, ko talu me he ngāhi tau ko mali watu, mo I kei whihanga ngai pe a tongani mo I whaingata atatau, I he kei lahi ai humai pe ai whai tō ta e whakalao ki tongani, mo I kai pe ke ilo, pe na anga whewhe ai au mai ai whai tō Tongatapu ko ia, ke kau a whanua a tonga. I he ene pehe ko taha e nia I he kaweinga o whakatoka ngai makehe, ke whai a hano toka ngai ki nā lelei, pe whakaiwia ke lelei ai ngahi mea ngāwe o ngāwe aki. Koe uhi, kai lelei a hono mau ai ni ihi o kei whai a whetuku ta e whakalao, ai whai to o Tongatapu. Koe o ngā wakale o koe ni o wheunga ai na mahu I ngā whakapaanga, mo $1 Amerika e 3 miliona. Nai talu ai whakamooni ai pule anga tonga mo I pule anga siapani ki halea pau koe ni, I e taua noa woa. Ma ai o ngonga le teo mo televisione tonga, ko au Peti Blake I Lolahia.
Ko huika te wā ke whiliwhalea lea I ahua noa o Novema, ko whawhiese ai ni ihe kau memi papoate ko teu e ni ke whiliwhalea lea ai te nau kā watu ke kantiteiti me ngahi wāhinga whili. E whai ke a ngonga le te o tonga, mai minister po tonga ngahi business e pule anga PVNP ukala na ane pehe, neongo o ku te eke ke wha ofisiale whakawhise ni ihi ko ini, ka o ko skamata ngā aue ke kawingani. Koe makatuunga e nau whawhisi, ka hui ke nau kau I he kau kantiteiti o kwhei pā ke whiliwhalea lea.
Koe nau whawhisi ke he whiri. Aia ko Ipolito, la salo me poate huila o ku whakawhisia ke lere whiri koe na. A Tongatapu hiwa, Ko e CEO ko e tangi mamata, pe poate e lulu tai o whawhisia ka e lere moia mi Tongatapu.
Okay.
O e sea ko e poate tama o whawhisi, ai ko te ke formalize mai eka ko e tala mai pe ko si mawe ai position ko e osko interview e CEO e Development Bank. Ai o te ne o mai ne official. Pea ko e sea ko e poate ko e taulanga o profisia na ne kore mai e mai ne taha he ke algi ha moa ke ngawe atita. Algi Solomoni pa ko te kore mai mai na ua pa mau pe sa nge pe ke frafisi mai ya. E ulahi ngā awe ia. Ai ko frafisi mai ya ka alo to take up ki
ngawe i
short term contract i Solomoni.
Ko ni ihi koe ni whawhisi o kau ke sea poate whatataha e uhila vai mwewewe i polito la salo ke kanti te iti ia ma ai Tongatapu hiva. Sea poate koloa ai pule anga ka hau ofa, pule lahe potunga e takumamata ka koe me mi pa poate kau tahalulu tai William Takau ke kanti te iti ma a Tongatapu wha. E kai ngatai whawhisi me sea poate whewhonaga aki te o Felicity Weti i he uhinga koe mao ngawe whakaatita i he automotu Solomoni. Uni o ngongo whalatwhonu ai ki Hawani, te tawakailewa eni ke whamui taha mihe malai o sipoti o kahili eni pia mo pia orie.
Malama tau ki whilongo ki koe wakaini ki malai o sipoti. Ko whoki mai e temi fuhu amatua whawhanua a Tonga pia mo ola whawhiawhia hire whiahu koe Oceania. Te tewa te peki hono taitari whiahu te tau he tau who'o kau tika ki whapapau i aho mo taimi ke whakahako ai. Ko ono whahain he pure wholau e timika koe sige tai seniare kau taha fuhu a Tonga e helone tami lau ki he ngongo ai reti o mo television Tonga hire whoki mai e timi mei tahiti. Ne whahai tami lau koe me tai siriwain tolu mo Polonis eu ana e kuna he timi a Tonga. Pia koe e tua merie e toi whawhia mariangi he tau who'o i he whiahu te tau e whakahoko mai ki Tonga ni.
Ne whakahoko e whiahu i Oceania Championship ne whaia ki papa e te Tahiti. Pea na lawa pe ke maupena e pe mani i kau fuhu na e tokolahi pe kako ngako iwi. Na lawa pe ke awea i toko nima, elite, ai koe tau tahiwa pe ke olunga. Pea na lawa ke mawalata pe mo e coach e tolu. Pea koutui koe ongo whawhiwhia pe te o atu. Ne ongo koe hatunga na ia iko ni na nau koe tamaiki pe na whiri pe mi tongani pe. Kaki hataha me muri. Na mau whenga pe o lawa pe ke o ate whanau koe ni pe koe tokolahi nau tolu. Koe nau first time in hearing. Aia koe na lawa ke mau whoki mai pe mo e metari tolu ai koe siliwa. Na nau whainolo ai whaitoa tolu pe a pronise pe aiua. Ai koe nau whakatoa ne nau metari kotoa.
Rotonga nina ene te pe whakau te kei ke whapapau e aho. Pe mai taimi koe ke taitari e tongani e whiahu koe ni. Ka kua pau pe ke tukuange mahi komiti. Kai whai e whakataha ki ai pe mohono whapapau i pe me ngahi kōpū whikau aki.
Taha poke e mea na e kore mai presidenti e hiko whungawaka. Ke ualu he whakataha koe ni HMA. Pe koe whakataha o Senior Congress koe e na whakahoko i Tahiti. Ke uwauti pe te u pore ke kore ka nau tolu pe te nau lotwe maare pe ke hausi e tongani. Pe o tui he mau wheohi na e osi lawa i pe o ilo aku na nau loto katoa pe ke whai mai ke. Pe aho koe na whai whakataha na nau hikinima katoa pe nau loto whi maare ke whakahoko ai Oceania he tau whaukeni. O te ke whamapopua te tawhako ni aho, ui ngā pau ke mau mai sio ke anga tunga ngai veni pre anga pe whoki tunga koe ni rāko mo e tūtuku mo mea ui ngā koe ngahi veni koe lawa whao ngai, ui ngā koe tokolahi koe ni ngahi Pasifiki, ngai whanua Pasifiki koe te nau hau.
Kai kehe koe timi whiahu koe a Tonganina e whalaua e unaloto havea, se siwa ngahe, ai sea wā motou, e lahi tonki mō e la ona havea, me he ngāhi kalapu fuhu i Tongani. O ka manake e whalau mai hani ihi pe me i he ka waka pūru whakapāu whesinare me Australia he wike ka hau, ko konga ene polokalama mai tō tupu kino pāho tō loa ki honau tare ni ti. Ko polokalama ni na e matua i he wanoa e tahani ma, e maratau tutuko a tonga ni koia ko Eddie Ahalerei, mo e whika walu ko ia ai Brumbies i aho ko ia Lackland and McCaffrey, ka e i tonga ni ai kulupuni he a fitu ke aha taha wha ko ia mahina ni peko wike ka hau. Ko tau mua ahi koe ni ke whake nau sipoti pe whakahoko i pe mo tokoni ke tau ke i akapulu o ku nau ma o pe he whoke whangamarie ke wa inga mo whakari ari honau tare ni ti. E te whalau mai pe McCaffrey, ta tāki mai e timi Australia, pe mui whalau mai e haamana tonga, ka koe maratolu whita ai Wallabies me huwhangarupe tani Latu pou. Ko se whalau mai whoki he kulupu koe Youth in Union, a container hengo fulo ke nau sipoti ke he kepe, kai ngata pe i he su mo pulu akapulu, ka koe e whangu ngahi nau e tokoni ke ngai community eni ihi i he sipotini. Ko taha whoke ngahi tokoni e kulupune lava ke whalau mai he taimi whainga taa koe mo ngāwhi hunga tonga hunga hapa e wanoa ua tokoni e pe i ngai ta whaake he kepe. Ka koe tauni, ahi koe nio ku pou kia i e polo kalama koe e sipoti e Pacific Oz, pe whoki ki he akapulu koe Australia, mo e tala whikau lahi koe Australia i tonga ni, pe a koe tuunga whoki ia e oku iai, ai pātolo aki koe mo ngahi whingau e aki e ngo whanua tonga mo Australia. No tonga koe ahi koe ni te nau ahi pe ki wamau lahi, whahaukai pe mo ngahi ngau e ke, o kawa e ahi koe ia ki he korisi mai re whihi, pe mo ngahi tawhaki koe ki akapulu i he whanua. O ku whawhiawhia ki he whenimui te nisi te pire, pe me i he whasmui a whetungi, me rea ne vastai wharemaka, ai ola o ene whiauhi India. I he whiauhi koe spote kau whangatā i e whakai Sinope World Para Athletics Championships wanoa uanima. Nei kuna e vastai ai me tāni sirema i whiauhini pe mono hoa mi Australia, pe a whawhiawhia ki he whaiako, si mo te man pepa, pe he whoke kau whisiare ai ola o i whiauhini. I hono whahae vastai ne whiawhia i he ola kone ma o, mo ne pehe oku ia he whakalakalahi i he vai ngā pe oku ia he whake toa merie ke ne ngahi whiau i he kaha o.
Uto whiawhia au ki to whiau ia, pea mo e whakakalaka au ki te he vai ngā. Ko lepe ko whiawhia ia.
Kai ke he koe e timi a tonga nina e whalawa i a Siwaka, luani mua ki ola, sere mai alo a manu, i he timi tangata pia koe whiahu rewa, ai whanau he whinena i e sātua ngungu tau whinau tere ahiwa, befoki kia merea ne vastai wharemaka. Koe sipoti pe ia.
Ko pia o lia me whamumitaha me he mala e o sipoti, te tawakai lewa hen ki e whamumitaha, me i he whamatala ea, tuku me senta whamatala e whamotu, e Williami whanonu.
Whiawhia e behen ke taitare reho e ki pa mo tonga kotoa pe me senta whamara ea tonga pe mi whamotu. Pe ko tau kongkonga lalahi ni tau whamara ea koia ki he whiawhini pe mo whaasinga koe uike. Lahi alo maari e peta tau peki uta pe mo tahi ka tau te whiriki e ria koni wawau ki Tongatapu pe mo e ua. Kai ki he e ria koni o ngoni wau, ia pe whaafufua ki ha ao whia, pe mo ha uha ke tau whiao e pe mo ia ki apongi pongi. Pe pehe ke tau ngā una koe ki he sāpate pe mo moni te koe uike kahau, malawa peke ia ki alota maki kene ahi ai, o tau ngahi e ria vai whanua peke ngahi e ria potahi ki he kamataanga o uike kahau. Ka koe wakai koe pe me ata satellite he tau whanua mai koe he ahoni, i longa puta pe alo maari e tau te whire e ria koni wawa mo o tu hapai. Ngai pe mo ki ao whia e ria koni Tongatapu mo ewa, aina ne o mai pe tau whanki uha tu moto, tau whiao at pe moia i he ahoni. Ka ki toke lau ki he e ria koni, whakatoke lau koni o ngoni ua, au i longa pe uia e alo tāma ki fo mai ki he e ria whakatoke lau. Pe uia e whafuafua, ke ngā onu hifo alo tāma ki koni, i whakatonga ki he area o ngoni ua ki apongpongi. Ai tene o mai e ao whia pe moe uha ki area o ngoni ua ki apongpongi ia. Ka koe wakai le vani ke hanga tue e, tau whanonga koe he toinga o wikeni ke wike kahau. I longa upito pe, ka mata ngā unu hifo alo tāma ki mei toke lau ki he whakatonga. O kaua toi pe ki e mo area koni wawau, Tongatapu mo e ua, tau whanonga pe moe alo tāma ki koni, tau ka tau te whiru ke kamataanga o wike kahau. Whawhufua peke a o peke he whiaftu site pe moe pule lulu o wike kahau. Tom peke mawahe atu e alo tāmaki koni. Pa tau whanonga tau pe moe alo maari e. Kai ke ngatai pe moe haviri moko wangi mai pe mehe tonga. Kene kahapui e atu tonga ke tau whanonga pe moe. Ka ki he wike kahau ia. Kai Ka koe angai whafufua koe he tau whanonga koe he toinga o wikeni ki wike ka. Ka koe pōni koe ki ahenghengi tau hoko pepa mo alomari e wawao ki Tongatapu mo eua. Whaau peke ki au whia atu he area o heongoniwa pe moha uhatu moto ki ai tau whiao pe moia ki heongoniwa. Pe whafufua peke au maulalo taha fua mawhana ki he area koe ni Tongatapu mo eua ke moko koe tigri sesiasi e tahaono. Pe tigri sesiasi e ua ke area o heongoniwa. Pe moe malohi pe havili ki he mai de tahi e taha nima ki he wanoa ki he houa. Ka koe whakaili wako tau hoko kua pongpongi, ke i hoko pepa mo alo maari he ngahi wahe whanua kori wawau ki Tongatapu mo eua. E ria koe o ngoniwa, ke i hoko pepa mo ao whia peke uha, mala peke ai pa mo lolo lahi i hanga he taimi ka tau tui whiru ke ho wai whiawhi ke e ria koe ia o ngoniwa. Pe koe fua mawhana peke au he maolunga koe tili se ua whitu ke he ua walu he o tutongani, pa mo havili peke au peke mai de tahi, taha nima ki he wanoa ki he houa. Koe taimi le vani o tahi whawufu ke tau maari e tahi e os ua nima pe me wha aheng pe mātoka ke hawhe tātaha pongpongi. Pe whawufu ke hopo e la i laine os taha hiwa pe me heono pe toi mahina ki aheng laine wha pe o whiki ai. Ka koe whakai le vani ke anga tue ea ke tau whanonga koe sāpate o au koe ke tua preruru koe ia oi wike kahau i longa au pero pe alo ai nga onu mai alo tamaki kamata anga o ke kahau pe te tau whanonga pe moha uhatu moto. Tu si te tau whai whanonga toi ki he toinga ngahi au lahi alo maari e pepe. Ki moko anga ea o au peke tiri se sesi e wano ki he wike ka uia. Ka koe ngata anga pe tau whamata ea koe ia pe me senta whamata ea tonga pe mei whamutu ka mumea.
Ko William whaanunu ia me whamumitaha o i whamatala ea ki Hawani. Ka kimo patau mawai tatu wakai peheni ke ngai ulu i ngongo. Tuku ki toa whataimi ai pulelahi o e kautaha mala e wakapuna a Tonga e ka koka. Wakale o whaau e ua potonga e kastomu ko e takonia ai pule anga sia pani. Pea tuku ki toa whataimi anga ofisa polis maalunga e tokoua. Pea mo kakate pehe mo uni o ngongo ki Hawani me le te oka mo Afrika Television i Tonga ki Hawani. Mo i ai whakaamune au tonu at ki loto whale ai Tonga hono kotoa. O atai pe ai whamanatu ka i ai hao ngongo ka tak whitu tak mai ke whia telefoni wa tolu ni minimano. Whamalo te tau ke whia mai ko senolita tu i vai ka monea.
Good evening and welcome to your English news package with Radio and Television Tonga News for tonight. Making headlines, the Tonga Airport Limited CEO, Edgar Koka, has been suspended pending further investigations into allegations of abuse of power. Oil tanker arrives in Vava'o replenishing their fuel supply after a week without. And 2 senior police officers have been suspended on allegations of misconduct. We'll have these and more stories coming up later on in this bulletin, as well as the latest in sports and the weather update to wrap up this hour's news package. Now for the news in detail, I am Popua Aho. The Tonga Airport Limited CEO, Edgar Koka, has been suspended without pay by the Transportation Board. This was confirmed to Radio and Television Tonga News by the Minister for Public Enterprises, Piveni Piukala. According to Piukala, Koka was suspended on grounds of abuse of power, but investigations are still ongoing and final actions will be considered in due time. 2 senior police officers have been temporarily suspended as an internal investigation is underway into allegations of misconduct.
The suspension follows a directive from the Police Commissioner, Jeff Turner, who has also issued a public apology for the behavior of certain officers that does not reflect the values and standards of the Tonga Police. Police Minister Piveni Piukala confirmed to Radio Tonga News that the officers have been suspended without prejudice while the investigation continues. The internal probe relates to reports involving a prohibited alcohol gathering that allegedly involved police staff. The Professional Standards Unit is leading the investigation with disciplinary processes already in motion. Authorities have indicated that once the internal investigation is complete, the matter will be handed over to the Police Professional Standards Unit for further action. For Radio and Television Tonga News, I'm Betty Blake, Ilolahia.
In Vava'o, the week-long fuel shortage has ended after a tanker arrived yesterday evening and replenished their fuel supply. Gas stations have now resumed normal operations.
The shortage left many residents and businesses struggling. Schools and workplaces were disrupted, and whale-watching businesses were particularly affected, as the shortage coincided with the whale-watching season. District Officer for Hakewawa'u, Tevita Aisea, expressed concern over the recurring shortages and urged the government to investigate the causes and implement long-term solutions. He also said that nowadays the number of vehicles in Tonga continues to increase, and without proper planning, fuel shortage like this will happen again. This has been the longest fuel disruption in Vava'u, lasting nearly a week. With yesterday's delivery, gas stations across the island group are now back to normal service. Reporting for Radio and Television Tonga News, I'm Litea Taukapo.
The Customs Division are looking to be better equipped in the fight against drugs as they receive 2 new patrol boats funded by the Japanese government.
This is a milestone for the country, especially in the protection of our borders from the illegal trafficking of drugs into the country. Yesterday, the government of Japan presented 2 patrol boats to the Ministry of Revenue and Customs to assist in the efforts to prevent the smuggling of prohibited goods. During the program, the Prime Minister, Dr. Isaac Eke, emphasized the important role of the Customs Department in protecting the nation, as their work includes ensuring the safety and security of the people from illegal entry of controlled drugs or other banned items into the country. He added that this support will significantly assist the work of customs officers in monitoring vessels that may be secretly transporting illegal drugs.
The official handover of 2 high-speed petrol boats and trailers to the Ministry of Revenue and Customs, generously provided by the government of Japan under its Grant Aid for the Economic and Social Development Program for the Kingdom of Tonga. On behalf of His Majesty Government and people of Tonga, I extend our heartfelt appreciations to the Government of Japan and to Her Excellency, Ambassador Inangaki Hasao, for your steadfast support and enduring friendship. This contribution is not only a reflection of Japan's commitment to regional cooperations, it is a powerful symbol of trust, partnership, and shared purpose. These patrol boats will significantly enhance our maritime capabilities, enabling our custom officers to respond swiftly to border threats, conduct effective surveillance, and uphold the integrity of our territorial waters. In an era of increasing transnational challenges, from illicit trafficking to environmental threats, such assets are vital to our national resilience and sovereignty. Your Excellency, Japan's support to Tonga has consistently demonstrated a spirit of generosity and strategic foresight. From infrastructure development to technical assistance, your partnership has helped us build capacity, strengthen institutions, and improve the lives of our people. And today's handover continues that legacy. As we receive this vessel today, we also honor the dedications of our frontline officers, the men and women of the Ministry of Revenue and Customs, whose vigilance and professionalism safeguard our borders and protect our communities. May these boats serve not only as tools of enforcement, but also as symbols of international cooperations and shared responsibility. Be assured, Your Excellency, we will look after the maintenance operation of this boat to last long, and also to achieve the purpose for which you have provided for us. And let this ceremony reaffirm our commitment to deepening the bonds between our nations. Together we can build a safer, more prosperous Pacific region and also our countries.
At the event, Japan's ambassador to Tonga, His Excellency Inakaki Hisao, expressed Japan's pleasure in continuing to support Tonga in its urgent needs. He also said that for many years, Tonga has continued to face challenges with the illegal importation of drugs, and it's often unclear how such controlled illicit drugs enter the country. He said this is one of the priority issues that need more attention and effective support so that proper procedures and tools are available to address the illegal trafficking of controlled drugs.
In recent years, the challenges of illegal drug smuggling has posed a significant threat to the national security across the globe, especially in the Pacific region, which is a major transit area for narcotic production from North, Central, and South America to Oceania and Southeast Asia. Tonga is no exception. The alarming rise in such activities, particularly through maritime routes, underscores the urgent need for robust and effective countermeasures. It is in response to this pressing need that Japan has extended its hand in partnership, providing equipment that will bolster Tonga's maritime surveillance and enforcement capabilities. The boats that we are handing over today are equipped with advanced technology to patrol not only the tranquil lagoons but also the vast oceanic stretches that define Tonga's maritime boundaries.
The two patrol boats are valued at approximately $3 million. For Radio and Television Tonga News, I'm Betty Blake, Ilulahia.
And several board members of public enterprises have tendered their resignations in preparation for the upcoming parliamentary election scheduled for November 20th, when they will be standing in as candidates.
Speaking to Radio and Television Tonga News, Minister of Police Honourable Paula Paula says that the process is ongoing and the resignations have not been formalised. He confirmed that these members have stepped down from their positions to stand as candidates in the upcoming parliamentary elections. These board members are Ippolito Lasalo, Chair of the Utilities Board, Nuku'alofa, Chair of the Tonga Asset Managers and Associates, and William Takao, the Board Director for Latu Airlines, who is also the CEO for Ministry of Tourism. Additionally, the Chair of the Transport Sector Board, Teofilusi Teweti, has also resigned.
That was the latest from the local scene. Up next, we'll join Pierre Olier for the latest in sports.
Welcome back in sport. The Tonga boxing team has returned safely from Tahiti this morning after competing at the Oceania Island Men's and Women's Championships. The manager and Secretary General, Elone Tamilau, told Radio and Television Tonga Sports News the team won 3 silver and 2 bronze medals. The medal winners were Unaloto Havea, Siosiwa Ngahe, Aisake Vamoto, Elahi Toki, and Elauna Havea. Tamilau says this is a positive result for the Tonga Boxing Association as it prepares for future events. He also confirmed that Tonga will host the Oceania Championships next year, following approval from the Oceania Boxing Confederation. The event is set for 2026, with dates to be finalized in consultation with government authorities. Meanwhile, Unaloto Havea has qualified to represent Tonga and Oceania at the World Boxing Championships in Dubai from December 2nd to 13th. That tournament carries a total prize pool of $8 million. A group of professional rugby players from Australia will be here in Tonga next week as part of the Youth in Union initiative. The program runs from October 7th to 14th and was founded in 2015 by former Brumbies player Lachlan McCaffrey and Tongan rugby legend Eddie Aholelei. It aims to support young Tongans in rugby equipment, skills and opportunities. McCarthy is joined by several top players this year, including Wallabies starter Tongan 4, Daniela Tupou. Organisers say European Union has shipped 10 containers of rugby gear to Tonga since its launch. And they say that donations represent more than just boots and balls as they bring opportunities to communities. The initiative also delivered aid after the 2022 volcanic eruption and tsunami. And this year's program is supported by Pacific Oars Sports and Rugby Australia. The Australian High Commission in Tonga says it reflects the strong sporting partnership between the two nations. And during the week, the players will visit schools in Tongatapu and Vava'u. A community rugby clinic will also be held in Vava'u at Mailefihi College Rugby Field on Saturday, October 11th from 9 a.m. to 11 in the morning. Tonga's rising para-athlete Meriane Vasitai Farimaka from Fast Moiafi has won a silver medal in table tennis at the World Para-Athletics Championships in New Delhi, India. Farimaka competed in doubles event with a partner from Australia. Head coach Simote Manu Pepa confirmed the result to Radio and Television Tonga this morning. Farimaka says she is happy with the result and believes it shows her progress in sport. Meanwhile, Team Tonga was also represented by Siao Sivaka, Luani Moeakiola and Selemaelo Amanu in the men's division, while Santoa, Ngongutau, Finau Tereahiva and Farimaka competed in the women's division. And that's sports news.
That was sports news with Mia Olia. Now taking a look at the latest weather updates presented by Williami Fa'anunu.
Hello and good evening again from the Tonga Mets. Today is our main story for the weekend. We expect some fine weather for the areas of Vava'u down to Tongatapu and Eua for tomorrow. Unfortunately for the news, we start to see some cloudy conditions with showers of rain with possible heavy falls for tomorrow afternoon. And also later in the weekend around Sunday to early next week, we'll start to see some more rain across the group with possible heavy falls and thunderstorms as well. But looking from the sky today, what we have seen here is these cloud bands develop to the north of the news. We'll be expecting these cloud bands to move down towards to the south to the areas of the news with showers of rain as well. But towards to the east of Tonga, it's just these fine weather. So we pretty much expect this fine weather to move towards to the areas of Vava'u down to Tongatapu and Ewa for tomorrow, which will continue to bring us fine weather for tomorrow for these island groups of Tonga. But looking at the weather for this weekend to early next week, these cloud bands to the north of the news now moving down towards to the south and also covers the rest of the group. So we pretty much expect some showers of rain with heavy falls as well for early next week across Tonga, and should be clear and become fine for our area around later on Tuesday and Wednesday. And for the rest of next week, we'll be expecting some fine weather with cooler temperature as well as the southerly winds prevails across the group. But looking at the weather for tonight, up until early tomorrow morning, fine weather for the areas of Vava'u down to Tongatapu and Ewa. Towards to the areas of the news, we'll start to see some cloudy conditions develop over this area with showers of rain as well. And we'll be expecting temperature to drop down to 16 degrees here in Nuku'alofa and 22 degrees for the news with a wind speed of 15 to 20 knots across the group. And tomorrow still continue on with this fine weather for these island groups, Vava'u down to Tongatapu and Ewa. For the news, continue on with these cloudy conditions and showers of rain with possible heavy falls as well later tomorrow afternoon. And we're also expecting temperature to reach to a maximum of 27 to 28 degrees across the group. And tide prediction, we'll be expecting high tide at 25 minutes past 4 early tomorrow morning, and low tide to be around 10:30. And sunrise to be around 19 minutes past 6, and moonset to be around 4 early tomorrow morning. And here is the outlook for Nuku'alofa for next week. We'll be expecting some fine weather around Tuesday and towards the end of next week. But early next week, we will start to see some showers with cloudy conditions as well. So we pretty much expect some rainy conditions early next week, with a maximum temperature on the weekend up to 28 degrees, and next week will be slightly cool with a maximum of up to 25 to 26 degrees Celsius. And that is our latest weather update from the Tonga Met. Hope to see you all again next week and have a great weekend. Good night.
Thank you to Viliami and the team at the Tonga Met Service for that latest weather update, wrapping up this hour's news package with radio and television Tonga News. But before we part, here's a final look at tonight's top stories. The Tonga Airport Limited CEO, Edgar Koka, has been suspended pending further investigations into allegations of abuse of power. Oil tanker arrives in Vava'u replenishing their fuel supply after a week without, and 2 senior police officers have been suspended on allegations of misconduct. That was the latest news with radio and television Tonga News for tonight. Thank you for joining us. Have a good evening.